Round one, fight!
Good morning, BW Sports 1 fans. It is your boy Dalion, and we are back for some Combat Zone. That's right, another great talk discussion coming up live this time for the very first time on Combat Zone. It is the one, the only, the bastard of bare knuckle, the green-haired geezer, Mr. Brandon Malo Lambert. What's going on, brother?
What's up, fellas? What's going on, man?
Hey, thank you again for joining us. Like I said earlier in the post, trying to push this morning, Facebook's being assholes to us lately. And guess what? They stopped our live. So we are live on YouTube, everybody. Live on the YouTube channel, BW Sports 1. I can't stand it. I know that you've been put in jail and you're recently back from Facebook jail. Yep. I guess that we are in Facebook and Instagram jail right now because they don't like us for some reason all of a sudden. Last week,
censorship.
No, dude, no bullshit. Last week, we had over 800 pieces of content removed from different groups that we posted in. And nothing ever changed other than they didn't like us all of a sudden. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt my feelings.
It hurts your pockets though, which hurts your feelings, which sucks because censorship is bad, and yeah, I mean that's kind of why I'm doing what I'm doing. So like, I don't think everybody should be censored. I think that if there's something going on in the world, the people need to know about it. You know what I mean?
I agree wholeheartedly. And speaking of, this is how I wanted to start off this conversation. I know there's some beef talks that we got to get to, but first and foremost, there is a very special birthday today. Brandon, the floor is yours. Let it roll, brother.
I appreciate that, man. It is my daughter, Aspen Gracie Lambert's 9th birthday today. She's with her other siblings and with her mom and her family out in Washington. I want to give her a happy birthday. Daddy loves you very, very much. And I hope that I get to see you soon. And Dan, that means so much to me, man. Thank you so much for letting me do that. That's awesome, brother.
Hey, no problem. You know, I don't know the full situation of what the backstory is on everything. I know we talked about it briefly before, but if there's anything that we here at BW Sports 1 can do to help this situation out, by all means, let us know. We'll do what we can.
I appreciate it, man. I mean, I do want to kind of get my story out there. That'll be on another time. You know, I did some fuckery stuff to my wife, and then now this is how she's paying me back by taking my children away from me. And, you know, there's a lot of things going on that I do deserve, but the one thing that I don't deserve and that my children don't deserve is being separated from me and being lied to. They're being told that I don't want anything to do with them, that I left, and that's just not the case. So I greatly appreciate the opportunity for that, man. That's amazing. I thank you very much.
No problem, brother. No problem. Moving on, I know there's some UFC action that everybody's talking about from past Saturday night. So let's start off with the kick heard round the world. Interesting irony. Yeah, irony. It was so stupid to me. Irony. So Chris Weidman is the same person who took the Anderson Silva kick, which led to the same type of injury to Anderson Silva that night. Fast forward to Saturday night, he throws the first kick, and it does the absolute same thing. Brandon, what are your thoughts on that crucial leg kick heard around the world?
Well, checking kicks works.
Yeah.
I mean, like I see a lot of posts like, "Oh, karma came back around," but like the question is what karma? What did Chris Weidman ever do that was wrong that would deserve for him to break his leg inside that octagon? Was it the fact that Anderson broke his leg? Because that wasn't Chris's fault. Just like it's not Uriah's fault that Chris broke his leg. It was a freak accident. So like, I just think it's insane. And not Jorge, but Ben hit it on the head with the Jorge comment. You know, if you fight long enough, shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
And shit happens. I mean, last weekend was insane, man. Like Saturday night was an insane. Well, Friday night, even with PFL, it was just an insane night of fight. Just an insane weekend of fights, man. And I was blessed to be able to watch it.
All right, so moving on to, and we don't want to talk about the whole card, but I definitely want to talk about your thoughts on the Usman and Masvidal fight. You know, Masvidal's a badass guy. He's a badass fighter and all that. And I really, honestly, I thought that he would come back this time, be more prepared for it, ready for it. But again, fights happen, anything goes. And Usman connected and knocked every bit of sweat off his jaw.
Oh, it was insane. I mean, Usman's got power, dude. Usman's lost one time. Fluke loss, you know? People just want to see. People don't like to watch fights anymore because of the competition. They're wanting to root for somebody and root against somebody. They want to be a part of a crowd. And the amount of trash talk that I'm seeing about Masvidal is sickening. Everybody was Masvidal, Street Jesus, all this, all that. Once he gets knocked out, now he's a nobody and a bum and didn't deserve to be in there and got a glass jaw and all this other shit. And I mean, I'm seeing winless fighters, Amy fighters make Masvidal posts. You have no fucking business talking shit to somebody if you've never won a fight and they're headlining cards. You need to sit the fuck down and take notes.
Message. I wish I had that on a button to play every time somebody said something smart like that. Hit message, because that's so damn true. So damn true. Now, let's get to the nitty-gritty that I missed while on vacation last week. I want to put out a mission statement that I read. Okay, this is a mission statement from a different management company, Bare Knuckle Management Company, which is Bare Knuckle Management. Our company's purpose is to provide exceptional service to our talent through a holistic approach of care while maintaining unlimited access to resources to promote high-quality fights and promotions. At Bare Knuckle Management, our team is family. While promoting talent and high-quality fights is our highest goal, we also seek to develop personal growth through spiritual, financial independence, outreach, and a sustainable future for every member of our family. Now, I want to know, what the hell did I miss last week while on vacation? Because I went totally off the grid other than a couple live feeds when I was having a little fun. So please enlighten me, because I read your comments and posts throughout the week. I'm like, man, I got to talk to him about what's going on. So fill me in.
Well, tell me that mission statement doesn't sound like a pyramid scheme statement or an Amway statement. Financial independence. What fighters do you know have financial independence that are outside the 1% in the UFC and the other organizations? What bare knuckle fighter do you know that has financial independence right now? What fighter do you know that has no professional fights that needs a financial advisor? Okay, so here's where all this shit came from. When I first got onto the scene and was calling out Tyler Goodjohn and all that around in December or so, and I released this statement already, and I released a screenshot or a video of the comments or the message or whatever. But Paul Tyler hit me up talking about that $10,000 challenge to Goodjohn, saying that if there was anybody that could get that done, it was him, because he knew David Feldman and they went way back and blah, 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 and he is the end guy. And then he started talking about how he got one of my teammates in, Jamie Driver. She's with First Round Management. He took all the credit for that, saying that they were dropping the ball and he had to get him in. So I knew he was lying about that. So I just kind of left it alone. And I was like, look, bro, because he was trying to get me to sign a contract with him. I was like, if you send me a contract with Goodjohn and my name on it, I'll sign that, and then I'll sign to your management company. No problem. But I want that contract first. And he went ghost. And I just thought he was just some dude, you know. So then as I'm going through more and more events and talking to more and more people, his name keeps getting brought up and nothing's good. And then I finally, I think I meet him at Knuckle Mania. And bro, I don't know if you've ever met this guy or not, but he looks like the shittiest used car salesman you ever seen. He's got this greasy, like he's a white dude, but he's trying to look Italian or something, I guess. But he's got this fucking greasy Jerry curl looking hair. It's just nasty. Like he just got out of the fucking back of a Cutlass and put some oil in it, baby oiled it down, and a suit that's 2 times too big for him. Like if you're wearing a suit, it shouldn't go halfway through your fucking hand. You know what I mean? Like it needs to stop professionally. So this dude shops at Goodwill and gets his suits and shit, but he was backstage just looking sleazy. And I'm like, and he tries to talk like he's a gangster, like, hey, homeboy, listen here, man, I ain't the one to fuck with, all this other shit. So I just kind of ignored him because I thought he was a goober. And then now he's starting to hire fans to come in to do shit for fighters. Now, in no way, shape, or form am I talking personally about these people. I might mention their names, but I don't know them as a person to say that they're shitty people or trying to do anything malicious. I think they're trying to do good. They just don't have the know-how. But he's hiring managers that have no experience in managing, no experience in fighting, no experience in training whatsoever. Then he's got a CPA that he hired or whatever, that put on staff for a financial advisor role. She's a fucking CPA. She's not a financial advisor. And who the fuck are you managing that needs a financial advisor when they're an 0-1 AMI or an 0-4 AMI or a 1-0 AMI? What financial advice can you give them right now?
So it's going to be rough.
Right. So what he's doing here is he's building this big facade. It's like the Amway when you go in. You want to own a boat? You want to go on vacation? You want to own an island? This is the only way there. And that's what he's saying. Look at his fucking name. Bare Knuckle Management. So anybody looking into there is going to think, damn, they must be affiliated with Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. That must be the premier. If I started a management company called UFC Management, they're going to assume that I'm managing a fuck ton of UFC fighters, right? Mm-hmm. So then one of their managers they don't even have a fucking management license, so they can't even sign fighters. They sign a fighter to a 3-fight deal with Toe the Line. She makes a post saying that they signed a 3-fight deal with BKFC. So I comment on there. I was like, it's not BKFC, it's Toe the Line. So then she wanted to argue with me saying, oh, are you trying to tell me that BKFC doesn't own Toe the Line because it's on the Bare Knuckle app? Bitch, that's exactly what I'm trying to tell you. They don't own it. It's 2 different organizations. So if you're going to promote an organization that signed your fighter, you might want to do the actual organization that signed them and not just mention an organization because it brings you views. What Paul Tyler and Bare Knuckle Management is doing is despicable, unmoral, unethical, and illegal. He doesn't even have a fucking business license. He was involved in the World Bare Knuckle Fighting Federation up in Wyoming when they fucked everybody over. He was the matchmaker for that, and everybody got stiffed. The dude's a documented heroin junkie. He's a fucking piece of shit. I've got people that sent me screenshots of everything. From him sending messages, can I borrow $50? To, hey, somebody hacked into my shit, I need to borrow some money. He's a fucking sleazeball scumbag. And what he told people is that he's going to come to Birmingham, he's going to put me in check. Well, I got a message for you, Paul. If you or any of your little bitch-ass cronies come near me, I'm going to sock you the fuck up. So that's advice. You come near me during those fights, I'm going to beat your motherfucking ass. Period. I am not standing for people taking advantage of fighters. You guys are going to messaging everybody from tryouts and signing them up, hoping that you get a gold mine. So they're signing all these amateur dudes, people that's never even fought pro. They're signing them to 3-fight deals. What management company's going out scouring the globe looking for winless fucking AMIs to sign to 3-fight deals?
I've never heard of one until now.
Exactly. And he made a post the other day talking about, oh, with all this drama, I'm just half tempted to go start my own league. So what he's going to do now is he's got these fighters locked into contracts that aren't even valid because he's not a real fucking business and he doesn't have a management license, guys. But he's locking these guys into contracts that they think they're locked into. Now he's going to tell them, you guys got to fight for my shitty ass organization because they're locked in for 3 fights. Newsflash, guys, if you're signed to Bare Knuckle Management, Paul Tyler or anybody that's associated with them, you're not with a management company. They're not fucking licensed.
So let me ask you this. How does, I guess in a sense, and I need to talk, probably to Nate or David or somebody on this more, but what are your thoughts on how is the BKFC using these? Well, I take that back. BKFC is not, Total Line is, so which is two different organizations. It is kind of a feeder system to the BKFC, correct?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So are you saying that they are manipulating the thoughts in these contracts to saying, hey, you sign this contract, you're with BKFC, and you'll get a fight in BKFC just because the name coincides?
Yes. If you go and look at their roster, they've signed a bunch of these amateurs that came to the tryouts. A bunch of them have bare knuckle fighter for BKFC. They're not signed to BKFC. Like, it's ridiculous. What it's doing is it's making a mockery of the sport. And then when I say something, I'm the laughing stock because that's how I got in. Well, everybody needs to take their dislike for me, put that onto the side, and listen to what the fuck I'm saying. You're putting guys in there that have no wins. They've been getting their ass beat by amateurs in MMA. You're going to take the gloves off and put them in there with professional boxers? Are you fucking retarded? I could have got seriously hurt in there.
Yeah.
February 5th, I could have got my fucking brains beat in. Thankfully, I was bigger than Jared, and I do have experience, even though it's not documented. But these other guys don't, bro. And I'm not saying I'm the end-all, be-all, and I'm the only one that should have got in, and I'm the best. I'm not saying anything about me. When I make these statements, I'm getting hate mail out the ass. Well, you did it. Yeah, I did it. And I could have gotten fucking seriously hurt. You put me in there with Louis Palomino, or you put me in there with the Jim Allers, I'm going to the fucking hospital.
I love your sincerity right now because it's full honesty that you are absolutely correct. No amateur fighter or no experienced fighter at all in any aspect should jump into bare knuckle fighting, period, in my opinion. Me, I was a nobody amateur, got a 1-3 record in MMA. There's no reason for me to jump the line and go through none of that experience just to jump in and, I've been in a street fight. And that's just a lot of people, I'm guessing, is thinking, I've been in a street fight before. I can take a hit. No, you really can't, because in a street fight, more so than not, it's a lot of grappling and clinching and all that. And you get a couple hits in and it's done. Exactly. They're not trained.
Like, Jared was way smaller than me, bro. I went into that fight thinking I was going to ragdoll that guy. He beat the dog shit out of me, and he could have hurt me bad if he wanted to. Mm-hmm. I believe he took it easy on me. He knew I was gassed. He knew I was going to come in there gassed, and I got a lot of respect for that guy. He could have hurt me bad. I was not prepared to be in there. I'm not saying that I'm not skilled enough to be in there. I'm saying I wasn't prepared enough to be in there. That's why you didn't see Elvin Brito in my corner. But that's why you will see him in my corner next time. But my whole point of this is it's not to shit on the people that are trying to do what I did. More power to you. But if you've had 4 fights and you've won 1 or none of those, bare knuckle's not where you need to be at. You need to start boxing or something, because bare knuckle is savage. Bare knuckle can kill you.
It is a difference.
And the whole difference is I'm 38 years old. Yeah, I jumped into bare knuckle and made my pro debut in bare knuckle. I'm 38 years old. I don't have the time on my side to go through all these MMA fights and it's boxing. And I'm a great self-promoter. I'm a great marketer. I have qualities that a lot of these other guys do not possess, and they have qualities that I don't possess. We're 2 different people, 2 different genres. So to have these guys that come in here with 0 experience in winning and then tell them, hey, we're going to make you a star, because they're like this down and dangerous Pew guy that I kind of got into it with. I got a lot of respect for him now. We've made up with that. He knows that I wasn't trying to disrespect him or anything. He's a 1-4 AMI. They posted on there that they cannot wait to see him become a star in bare knuckle. So what they're doing is they're sitting these guys down here that have 0 experience in winning and have no idea what it takes to win, and telling them that they're going to be a fucking superstar in a brand new savage sport. And what they're trying to do is, like, what the fans want to see is these savage knockouts. But what the fans don't see is the aftermath. They don't see the guys in the back bleeding. They don't go, but I do. I've been back there even before I was fighting. I see what these guys go through. I didn't even have a tough fight, and I've been out of action for almost 2.5 months just because of my weight cut. You know what I mean? Like, these guys you got these guys coming in here, they're trying to do what a lot of these other professionals are doing, and they're cutting 30 and 40 pounds to come into bare knuckle, and you cannot do that. It's not MMA. And these guys don't know what the fuck they're doing. Paul has never fought in his life. None of his managers or anybody associated with his company has ever fought in their life. What advice can they give these guys?
I don't know.
What you got to
Other
look
than
at
bullshit, and honestly, because you were a lot closer than I am to this action because you live down, well, you're in Puerto Rico, but you're, in the South area, in the South region. I'm up here in the Midwest. Just actually drove through Birmingham to and from Panama City Beach past couple weekends. Wish it was, on my way back, I could have stopped in and jumped in there and watched it live. But kind of going back to Shawn, and I'm sorry, I want to say his name. I hope I'm saying this right. Ulrich. Shawn Ulrich. Okay. He says a lot of successful BKFC fighters had horrid AMI records, which I'm not disagreeing with on that. And he does say that more people die from boxing other than bare knuckle, which is absolutely, I see the safety in taking the gloves away because we've talked about that before. I don't think that was the intent on your your comment earlier.
He's generalized. I'm not saying amateurs with shitty records shouldn't go in there.
Right.
What I'm saying is if you only have 1 win out of 5 fights, or you have 0 wins out of 5 fights, you shouldn't be going into bare knuckle. If you're a 3-2 pro, like I think Brian Maxwell was a 2-3 MMA guy, and he went into bare knuckle. He's 0-3, but he's not going out there and getting murdered and shit. He's not running any risk of getting hurt. You know what I mean? Those are guys that should be in there. He has 5 fights. He had 2 wins. He knows what it takes to win. Well, a lot of these guys are getting offended when I'm saying this because this is the only people that are coming to the tryouts, and management companies are picking them up. You guys aren't going after good fighters, man. You guys are just trying to build up your stable and hope you find a star. That's not being on the outlook for fighters. So, like, Shawn is going to be going to be a great manager. He's wanting to learn. He does know a lot of stuff already. He wants to do a lot of good things. The managers that I'm going after are not people like Shawn. Shawn's going after people that he sees things in. He looks into their eyes. He talks to them. He gets personable with them before he signs them. He doesn't just go to them and be like, hey, we're going to sign you up. He gets to know the person, and he signs the person more than he signs the fighter. So when I'm talking about shitty record people, I'm not talking, and managers, I'm not talking about Shawn, and I'm not talking about a few others, and they know who they're not. I'm mainly talking about Paul fucking Tyler. That motherfucker needs to get the fuck out of the business. And I told him he has 3 options. He's either going to stop doing what he's doing, he's going to and do the right thing, or he's going to fucking leave the industry, or I'm going to beat him retarded, because I am not going to sit by and watch him put his hands in the pockets of up-and-coming fighters that are getting promised the world, and he's handing them dick. I'm not doing it. So, Paul, I hope you're watching. I hope your son's watching. I hope Jules and Susan's watching. I'm not letting you guys fuck with these guys anymore. I'm going to be vocal about it. And if any of you fuckers step to me, we're going to fucking fight, because I'm not going to be a bullshit Facebook warrior. I'll talk to you guys and I'll debate you all day. You come at me with some gangster shit, I'm going to test you, because I'm a motherfucking fighter before I'm anything, and I'll knock you the fuck out. I'm not having you guys take advantage of these up-and-coming fighters. There's no reason that a 1-4 guy should make his pro debut into bare knuckle. There's no reason.
So question from the audience. This is actually my brother. Little give a shout out to Checkers and Records, because that's our racing division, and Shawn Stevens runs that. Would it be different, and this is to you, Brandon, would it be different if this management company knew or had a trainer to get these guys ready? I see a decent model with signing young fighters like that, but I do see what you're saying with them as well.
Well, the problem with that is you're going to have to find local fighters. You can't have a trainer that's going to train people that's in other states. And then where are you going to find the money to pay the trainer? Because if the trainer's doing it for free, he's looking for publicity, so he's not that good in the first place. And if he's not doing it for free, who's paying for it? Because these fucking dudes are amateurs. They need to get jobs. If you want a financial advisor, they need to advise them how to get jobs, how to get sponsors, and how to market themselves. Not where to put their money. Like he's doing something shady, man. He's trying to steal money, and I'm not going to have it, because there's no reason that a management company should have a spiritual healer, a CPA, a trainer for all the fighters or whatever, and all this big old bullshit to suck fighters in. Where's the money coming from that? You're getting everybody for free. You're trying to get everybody publicity and grow your little group and get money. And it's all off the backs of these fighters. And I'm not going to have it. When you're a brand new fighter, you'll do anything it takes to get on. I know because I took that fucking cut, that fight at 135, knowing that I should never even cut that weight. So when you're signing a management contract and you get a 3-fight deal, all you're seeing is the longevity of it. Like, oh, I'm part of this team. You don't understand that the team you're signing to is not licensed, has no experience, and are fucking scumbags. And by scumbags, I mean Paul Tyler. I don't know the background of the rest of the people that works with him, so I'm not calling them personally scumbags. But bare knuckle management as a whole is a piece of shit. And I'm going to shit all over him every chance I get.
Well, you had a perfect opportunity today, brother. And I appreciate your time because I love talking to you. You know why? Because you're fucking honest. And I love honesty. A lot of people don't like honesty because it hurts their feelings.
Yeah.
Me, I could care less. I got some thick skin other than I saw your blisters post the other day, and I come back from vacation. I mean, I got skin shedding all over the place here.
Yeah, dude, we went to this awesome ass beach, and my buddy's from Virginia, and I told him, I was like, the sun hits different down here, and yeah, he now knows. He now knows.
Yes, we all do. We all do. I knew it. I was just I applied the proper sunscreen. My problem was the reapplication. Yeah, I forgot about it.
Yeah, I put it on, get in the water, and then I say, fuck it. I put it on once. It should be on there forever.
And I think the person who you're talking about is right here below, which is Mr. Andrew Toppin.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. He's in pain, folks.
But
he has learned.
And let me tell you something real quick too. Real quick before you let me go. I know that we got a time wrap. But Andrew, I met him at the fights in Biloxi right before the Birmingham tryouts. Mm-hmm. And then my management team really liked him as a person, as an attitude or whatnot. And Scott signed him. And they sent him down here to Puerto Rico. He wanted to come down here and check it out and see what Jungle Camp was all about. And I'm telling you, dude, that kid's a beast, man. He's got a lot of fights. He doesn't have any amateur fights. He's from the UFL crew, Underground Fight League with Mighty Mouse and all that. You can, if you look him up with UFL, Andrew Toppin, you can see a lot of his fights. He's got a couple great knockouts. But I think he's like 12-2 in the yard. And, you know, so he's a guy that doesn't have any amateur fights, but he has documented experience. So when I'm saying about, you know, amateur fighters, I'm saying if you fought a bunch of times and you've only won once, you don't need to be coming here. But if you fought a bunch of times, you've got a couple of wins, maybe you've taken some fights that are way out of your league, then I get it. But other than him having a 12-2 record, that dude comes down here and fucking works, man. Not a lot of people can come down here and hang out and, hang with the workouts. And that dude's 22 years old. He came down here and he busted his ass with us, man. And I'm very, very proud of him. He's going to be at the fights and he's going to go home for a while. And I cannot wait for him to come back out here and start a camp. I'm hoping he's fighting in June, so be on the lookout for them. He did sign a contract for Toe the Line, which is awesome. Toe the Line is going to be a great organization for all you guys looking to come in. BKFC is not where you want to start your career out. If you want to start your career, you need to hit up Nate Shook and talk to him about Toe the Line. You'll get into a lot of better matchups that way and a lot of people that are more your caliber. BKFC is where the pros go. Those are where the big boys play at. So if you're wanting to get into the sport, talk to Nate about Toe the Line. Toe the Line's a great organization, great exposure, and they are on the BKFC app, but they are not owned by BKFC.
There you go, folks. You've heard it here. Happy Monday morning from Malo right here at Combat Zone. Brandon, time for your shout-outs. You have the floor again, my brother.
Well, I want to shout out BWS Sports for having me on. You, Dan, for being an awesome person. I want to shout out Knuckle Up Podcast for being great. Clay Ringboy Till, Juan. I got to shout out Sean. I don't know what your management company is, but I hope you do great. I know you're going to do great, and you have my full support. Shout out to BKFC, Toe the Line, Nate Shook, David Feldman. Shout out to my management company, Goat Combat Agency, Scott Farley and Nate Anderson. Shout out to my head coach, Caesar, and Elvin Brito. All my teammates from GOAT, all my fellow fighters for BKFC that are fighting this coming weekend. I will be there to support you. good luck and Godspeed to everybody. And shout out to all my haters. There's more of you than my fans, so I got to give you guys love. And look for me back here sometime in July.
Can't wait, brother. And we will always gladly have you on here at Combat Zone. Check us out. We are now moving weekly shows to the lunchtime broadcast. So we're going away from the late evenings. We are moving to lunchtime enjoyment. Yes, and I love it. Brandon, thank you again, sir. Always a pleasure to have you. And we can't wait to see what's in store this week on the FB. Everybody, check him out, Brandon Lambert, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and everything else, right?
Yeah, Instagram is Mr. Malo BKFC. Please add me on Instagram. You do not want to miss it. Brandon Malo Lambert's my fan page. Add me on there, and then Brandon Lambert on Facebook. I think I'm almost maxed out on friends there, but send me a request. And it's all peace and love to everybody, man. I appreciate everybody.
Right on, brother. Make sure you hit us up on Instagram if you haven't yet, because I can't hit anything right now.
Okay, I will. And fuck Paul Tyler and Bare Knuckle Management. You guys suck.
There you go, guys. We're out. We'll see you again. Brandon, peace out, brother.
Later, brother.